Good afternoon. Many people have a favorite sports team. Whatever the sport might be, they have a team that they attach themselves to and they say, that's my team. They cheer for that team, they follow that team, they know what's going on with that team, and if that team has success, they enjoy it, they celebrate it, they rejoice that their team is doing well. If the team is not doing so well, they're sad a lot of the times, they get down, they hurt, because their team isn't doing as well. And we would expect that. What we wouldn't expect is that if somebody had a team that was their favorite, but then they had other teams that also rose to the level of, well, I follow those teams too. Especially if one of those teams was a rival. If you had as your favorite team the rival team as well, you said, well, I follow them too. I like them. I enjoy watching them. People might question your fandom. They might say, you're not really a fan then if you're going to like the rival team just as much. That can happen in sports. We know people do that, and that's okay. But with God, it can't happen that way. God says He wants to be number one in our lives, and there's no room for second. Listen to what He says, Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 and 38. Jesus said to him, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment." That Jesus is saying that for an individual to love the Lord their God, to love God is first, most important, and it has to be total. Heart, soul, mind. There is no room for anything else. God does not leave room for any other thing to be loved as much as He is. He demands to be number one, and we say, how can that happen? Because we so often find ourselves putting something in God's place. Loving something, even just a little bit, desiring something, going after something, that quickly takes the place of God. And God says that's not the way it can be. The first and greatest commandment is that you love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. And what Jesus is hoping that you come to is that that's impossible on your own. It's a commandment. It's law. That means you can't keep it on your own. Your sinful nature won't allow you to. And so what you need is Jesus. You need Jesus, who did love the Lord his God with all his heart, soul, and mind. He kept not just that commandment, but all the commandments perfectly in your place. And because Jesus did that, you are counted as if you kept them all too. Jesus kept them for you. And now you can love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, not as commandment, but as inspired and motivated and empowered by Jesus, who did it for you. Until we see each other again, the Lord's blessings on your day.